Take Two with Kelly Hebing. They did an announcement over the speaker. It was pretty loud, so we decided we would start this one again. Of course, for a lot of us, we've watched Kelly grow up, of course, as the son of modified, then turned sprint car driver Chuck Hebing. It's pretty much what her life has been. She's been racing a 360s for about the last 7-8 years. Still looking for that first win. Had a second place at Evans Mills. How we doing, Kelly?
We're good.
How's the back?
The back's all right. Every morning I wake up and I know it's there. It reminds me that I haven't been all that nice to it, but we're good.
Are you doing the things you're supposed to do?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
You know how it is.
I do.
They tell you what to do and you try to stick to it, but sometimes life gets in the way and you got 1,000 other things going on. But
And it's 3-4 days since you've done what you're supposed to do, and then you're aware of it. So
exactly. But I try to play by the rules, try to be nice to it, because when I'm not, I know
There
that
you go.
you weren't.
So for all you guys out there that are in the same boat as Kelly, mine's the neck area, hers is a little bit lower, but good, take care of yourself, guys. So what are we thinking? How was last year? What do you say, 15, 16, something like that races?
Yeah, didn't do a lot of big traveling, but I was able to go with Joe quite a bit, and Joe went out to Eldora with the Silver Crown car, and I got to skip a race and be a part of that, and be a little bit more of a girlfriend this year than years past.
Wasn't that where you hurt yourself initially? Was that Eldora?
Yeah, it was, and we actually thought it was a funny idea to send my mom a picture of where I hurt my back, and me standing there giving her the thumbs up.
Well, at least she got the thumbs up.
She
So.
laughed eventually.
Okay. And her parents, I'm going to say where they are right now, but they're good. Everybody's good, right?
They're good. Them and the Cook family are enjoying a little bit of Florida.
There you go. I hope you guys are listening to this, and I still remember. Well, what are some of your very first memories of being at the racetrack?
Well, my mom likes to tell everybody I went to my first dirt week at 3.5 weeks old.
You don't remember?
No, not that one.
Okay.
But I mean, I grew up lucky enough to have grown up. Dad and Bob McCready were good friends, so I can't tell you how old I was, but I wasn't very old. I remember going out to Volusia with Bob, and just those. I was just telling somebody else, I was in one of the buses Bob McCready drove around Canandaigua Speedway when they used to do the school bus run.
I remember those.
Yeah, and we went up the back stretch wall, and they made him park it on the front stretch, and it was the end of him driving the school bus full of kids.
Were you scared?
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you always want to race, growing up around it, or did that all of a sudden just happen?
No, I always wanted to race. Mom put it off to the side for a while, and I showed horses when I was younger, but I finally got my way with Dad, and we went racing.
Why? What changed to allow you to do that?
I think Mom just finally figured out it wasn't something we were going to get around.
Okay. I can't say I blame her, though. I mean, your dad had a reputation for driving the car about as hard as anyone could. So.
Oh, absolutely. She's been with Dad since they were 18, 20 years old. So
oh, really?
She's seen every piece of the sport, so I can imagine why she'd have her concerns.
Okay. So what are we doing right now? Are we updating? Are we keeping the car we have? What are we thinking?
Actually, next year I am taking a break,
Oh.
and I won't be inside my race car.
Okay.
I'm going to give a little time for my back to actually heal right.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, focus on some other things that I never have, just because you know how it is. We race every Friday through Sunday for the last, I was 30 in September, so I've done it for 30 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a little bit more of a girlfriend this coming year and figure out how to fill up a crock pot.
Is that going to be a tough role for you? Because, I mean, even when you're with your parents, you were still part of the team, but you'll still be there with Joe, right, and helping?
Yeah, thankfully I work at 87 Speed, so I'm around it every day. So that makes it easier, and then Joe and the boys, they're a good group, and they're fun to be a part of and not have to race against them. I can actually enjoy them. And I don't need to help out. He's got quite a few boys over there.
He does.
I can hang out and still be a part of it, and I'm still with ESS. I actually am the secretary of ESS now.
Oh, okay.
Lori Cook retired, and so I took over her spot. So still have roles involved, which makes it a lot easier to think about getting out of the seat, but I'm sure come race season, my tune about it will be a little different.
Yeah, or that first night when you're at the track and realize you're not going to be racing next week. Are we keeping everything, or are we selling everything?
We're selling most of it right now.
Okay.
But you know how it is, you take some time off, stuff's outdated by the time you want
Exactly.
to sell it anyway, so.
True, yeah, so sell it now while it's still, 5-year-old car isn't worth what a year-old car is.
Exactly. So.
Is it possible this could be the end of your driving? Are you even thinking that way?
Dad and I both never put a no never on anything.
Okay.
Because you never know what changes, but definitely want to give time for my body to heal correctly.
So that's the biggest
and
thing.
And I know I haven't. So So that's the biggest thing. And I have a horse with my best friend, and she's got a horse there, and she takes care of him, but definitely can pay a little more attention there than I haven't.
Yeah, and horseback riding, I did that in my teens and early 20s. It's similar, but it's different because it's relaxing. You know, putting the saddle on, making sure everything's right. You know,
it goes relaxing, but yeah, there's plenty I can do. There's plenty I can put my time into.
Yeah.
And then still on the weekends, still help Joe get ready and be a part of that.
Do you have your own horse, or do you ride somebody else's?
No, I have my own.
Okay, what's his or her name?
His name's Jackson.
How long have you had Jackson?
2 years today, actually.
2 years today.
2 years today. I came home from Florida, and my best friend had a big red bow on him for me.
Oh, isn't that nice? So, okay. And of course, there's some similarities. I remember they had a horse show here one time, and I'm looking at all the horse people. They got their trailers. They travel all over the place like we do. And the biggest difference, the real big difference I could tell is you can't just put the horse away in the garage for a couple days and do some other thing.
No, and thankfully, I have somebody who helps.
Good.
She wakes up every morning and feeds them because they're at her house.
Yeah, it's an everyday thing.
It is an everyday and everyday thing. So thankfully, I have her to pick up my slack.
Well, good luck with everything. I'll make sure I see you this year.
Absolutely.
And again, I've known Kelly since she was, I think, what was that picture we took at Super Dirt Week?
The photo you took had been 02. So I was in the second grade there.
Oh my gosh.
So it's been a while.
Yes, it has. So good to see you again. Make sure to check out 87 Speed, 87speed.com. They're in Central Square. Primarily what chassis?
It's all X1 race.
All X1.
Chassis from
Okay.
Ryan Linder out in Pennsylvania.
And if you need help with setup or parts or stuff like that, they are there. Always good to see you. Say hi to Mom and Dad for me.
I will.